And today, I would like to introduce you to a very good friend of mine. Her name is Jacqueline Kane. And Jacqueline and I first met about 12 years ago. And at one point, we'd actually considered opening a partnership together. And things just didn't fall into place the way they expected to. But Jacqueline has actually been working for about 30 years in the healthcare business, and more than half of that, she's been in private practice with some really interesting approaches to wellness. And one of the things that really caught my attention is Jacqueline supports women discovering the critical hidden links between their physical pain and finances and their basically the quality of life. And I find that just totally fascinating. And right now, I'd like to introduce Jacqueline and have her take a step forward and tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Well, thank you, Rod, for having me here today. Great thing you're doing. I help women who are living with chronic and physical pain, and they're frustrated because they've been living with that pain for a long time, and they've tried many things, and they're only getting worse. So I help them get to the root cause of that pain so that they can get back to activities that they enjoy, going hiking with friends and family, going on vacation and traveling the world and going to those destinations that they've only dreamed of. So that's my passion.
Wonderful. What what do you wish that people knew about what you do?
Well, I would like people to know that there is hope. When people have been in pain and chronic pain for a long time and nothing works, they lose hope that anything will work.
So
And
hope is a major element that you're helping them to achieve. Then
yeah,
it's that is so powerful all by itself. And what do you consider your greatest source of expertise?
really helping women get out of pain, helping them get clear and get to the root cause of why their pain is around and why they have not been able to release it.
And we're not just talking about physical pain, are we?
Right. As us in alternative healthcare know that there's always more to physical pain than just the physical body. That's actually one of the myths that people think, well, let me just work on the physical body and the pain will go away. But to get true healing, you have to heal the emotional, the psychological, all of that, the mental, all of that will help release and get to the root cause of the physical pain.
Jacqueline, what do you think actually brought you to this point in life where you can actually embark on such a courageous field of working?
Well, I've been through my own journey. I went through a time where I was living with physical pain and a little bit of depression. Not a little bit. It was depression back then. And my husband and I were kind of going in different directions. We were very busy. We had 2 young kids, and I was starting my own business and working full time, and we just found ourselves falling apart. So the good thing in that is that it allowed me to go on a journey to uncover why that was happening and what was my part of that happening. And so in that journey, I not only learned amazing tools and processes, but I discovered that we don't have to be in pain on a daily basis, that we can take back our own control of our pain. And there are amazing tools and techniques out there that are very powerful and that we can use on our own.
Jack, I remember when we first got to know each other, you were dealing with something that I'd never heard of. It was called Bowen therapy. Mm-hmm. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Bowen therapy is one of the tools that I use to help women get out of pain, and it's a neuromuscular repatterning of the body that uses every system of the body at the same time. So it relaxes the muscle, it relaxes the nervous system, it improves the immune system, it improves circulation. So even though it's a very gentle routine and therapy, but extremely powerful, where my clients who have been having pain for years and decades have sessions where the pain is completely gone, which surprises us all, right? For especially all those skeptics out there.
Yeah.
How to say that, but it's true.
One of the things I've discovered in my approaches to medicine is the only prerequisite I've ever had on people that came to me for my help is they have to have an open mind.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be willing to listen to new information and assess its credibility and really find out if it resonates with you. And if it resonates with you, well, that's absolutely awesome. But if it doesn't resonate with you, then it's time that you need to look for a different approach.
Yeah.
And one of the things that this whole show is going to be about is this is going to be introducing a whole host of different modalities to the general public so they can understand maybe if one thing doesn't resonate with them, something else will do it. And I see you got your cat behind you, and my cat is walking in the other
Yeah.
and my cat is the absolute opposite of yours. It is totally black with a few white hairs on it.
She wants to be involved.
Absolutely, absolutely. There, boy, the two of them are actually they kinship for sure. But, yeah. What more can you tell us about how you work and how long it normally takes to come up with these really incredible advances?
Well, it's really important for women just to know again that, if what they're doing is not working and they're exhausted and feeling stuck, you have to try something new. Well, you don't have to, right? These people can absolutely stay on the track that they're going. I'm not telling anybody what to do, but if you're frustrated with your health and where it is right now and how it's going, there's other options out there, and there is definitely hope. Um, and it is possible to get out of pain and get back to living their life pain free and energized, right? There's too many commercials on TV. There's too much negativity out in the world, and that energy brings us down. And when we clear all of that out of our systems, then we can start making decisions. We can tune into our own intuition, and we can start manifesting the life we want.
And one of the things I am absolutely certain of is your approach to getting them past pain does not and cannot have the negative side effects that modern medicine actually becomes routine with. One of the things I'm totally aware of is that when you're using natural approaches to wellness, there can be no negative reactions to them simply because your own psychic mind is producing whatever is necessary to bring the results that are desired.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's very important for people to know.
Yeah.
Uh, what do you think the best piece of health advice was that you ever received, Jacqueline?
Um, to breathe and to spend some time getting quiet. Sometimes when we go and go and go, we go into this thinker mode where we're trying to think our way out of everything. And the more I practice meditation and breathing and getting down into my body and feeling my feelings, because the more I'm able to stay in my energy, keep my energy up, keep my excitement up, my creativity, and live a life without pain. The more we're in our heads and spinning, that's when the stress comes in, and it's a downward spiral, as I tell my clients. It's hard to get back out of that downward spiral.
Yep, yep. And sometimes you need a life vest to keep you afloat inside it.
Yeah. Yeah.
What modality or resource do you love most when it comes to healing?
I use the book Louise Hay's How to Heal Yourself. She she lists many ailments and illnesses and pain in that book, and it gives you an idea into our psyche, into our subconscious of what possibly might be going on. Sometimes it's right on, and sometimes we have to do a little digging to get clear about it. But that book has been very beneficial in helping me to move through my triggers, to move through my pain and my frustration and my stuckness. That's been a very good book.
Good. Now, one of the things I want to just dig a little bit deeper, in the beginning of the video, you were addressing this pretty much to women. Do you work with men as well?
I do work with men. Absolutely, I work with men. And but I find that most of the people who come to me are women. Sometimes they're moms, sometimes they're married or divorced, but the majority of my clientele is women.
Yeah.
But I love working with men.
For the past 20 years, I've been working really with people help them overcome their issues, whether it's medical, whether it's emotional or habitual. But one of the things I find is about 80% of the clients that come to me are women.
Mm.
For some reason, men don't think we need to see anybody to get any help. We're big, strong bulls. We can fix this ourselves, which we do, but they won't admit it.
Right. Right.
It's like
We
asking.
all need help, right?
Lost.
What's that?
It's like asking directions when you're lost.
Yeah.
We got this little block in our mind that says, we don't need that stuff.
Yeah.
But guess what?
Absolutely.
Okay. What one piece of advice would you really like to give the general audience that would help them understand a little bit more about some of the resources that are available to them?
To let people know that it really is possible to get out of pain and heal the body, not just have a reduction in pain or to live with pain maintenance. It really is possible to be out of pain and heal our bodies naturally.
Now, one of the things that, as a hypnotherapist, I am totally cognizant of is that pain has to be registered in the brain in order for it to be recognized. And how many times have people actually come home from work with a quick bruise in their life and saying, geez, how did I get that? Well, the truth of the matter is they were so busy with doing whatever they were doing that they didn't have time to say, ouch, and grab their leg or wherever it was. And when the mind doesn't recognize pain as being discomfort, guess what? The source of the pain is gone. Mm-hmm. And I know that your methodologies and my methodologies, they're kind of similar, but they basically, I believe they would work extremely well in unison. Mm-hmm. And because once again, sometimes the information goes into the subconscious mind and it doesn't absorb it all. So it takes a little bit of a different approach to approach it from a different perspective on it. Yeah. All right, Jackie, I think we're about ready to wrap this program up. but how is the best way for people to get in touch with you?
So they can contact me at jacquelinemkane.com, and that's JACQUELINEMKANE.com. And when they go to the website, there's a free gift that they can sign up for, 4 steps to pain-free days. And they can contact me if they'd like to have a conversation to start their journey to get out of pain.
That's awesome. And I'm going to be putting a closing segment on the videos with your contact information. But I really do want to thank you for being my first interviewee on this program, and I'm sure we're going to have a lot of fun with this. Thanks again for joining us, Jacqueline, and we'll be talking to you soon.
Well, thank you, and this is a great resource for people. Thank you.
Bye-bye now.